Hello, Sonor family. I'm about a day late and a dollar short here with my coffee with Jules. You almost got a beer with Jules yesterday. I just couldn't think of anything to say, and I really wasn't in the mood to have a beer. I very rarely do that. There may come a day. Let me try that again. Maybe I need one right now. Um, there may come a day that on a Friday afternoon, if I got a lot of stuff to talk about, I might pop open a beer here. Um, I remember when I met Buzz King back in '98. We'd been doing business for 5 years, through the mail and shipping and all that. But I actually met him in '98, and one of the things we did is we had some Beck's beer unrefrigerated. It's the first time I'd ever drank a room temperature beer before, and I actually enjoyed it and got back from there and was feeling nostalgic already. So I went to hang out with my dad where he liked to go, and I asked for a room temperature beer, and all this refrigerated. And I said, "Has anybody ever complained before that the beer was too cold?" So apparently, I was the first one for that. Anyway, moving right along here, um, you know, I really thought we were going to see more out of the 150th anniversary stuff, and I wonder if maybe things with things are just kind of holding it up. Maybe there's more planned here than we realize. Um, there might be a delay from the issue with the tariffs and all that. Um, I don't have any solid information on that, to discuss with you. But just throwing that out there that maybe that's a hang up because they had a few things come out. Um, and so anyway, we'll just see what happens as things move along. And something I want to point out too, I didn't make a note here. The feedback from the people that have been buying the 150th anniversary signature and Sonar Light drums is extremely positive. How in the world you can improve on the workmanship from the signature series eludes me, but that seems to be the consensus that the quality is even better than before. Um, and I just think that's another testament to the fact that Sonar's moving in the right direction. They've optimized everything they're doing, I believe, or are in the process of optimizing all the processes and all that. And um, I just think there's a lot to look forward to this year and just going forward with the company in general. You've seen a turnover of some of the higher management over there over the years, but you know what? They're not running on the name. It's not like they're just pumping garbage out and put the Sonar name on it, and you either buy it or you don't. They're really killing it over there. And I'm just, I've got some current gear. I've got the SQ1s that potentially could have a buyer for. And ultimately, I'll wind up selling the vintage series too as soon as they come out with a new color or a new option or something I can't live without. That's one thing that really sucks about not having inside information is I can't pre-plan purchases and all that. Um, but anyway, we'll just see what happens, and hopefully, I'll get to enjoy some new gear. Because if any of you that know me know I like to flip stuff. Right now, I've got the Artist Bronze snare drum still sitting in the box, still not out, and I'm not ready to take it out yet. I don't know why. Maybe my gut's telling me that there's something to wait for. I just don't know. We will see. Some other things going on is I'm looking for some high profile artists to interview, and I need to do some follow ups. But I think that the next time I have a lull, I'm going to go back and do some remixes. Like the Todd Zuckerman interview was over an hour and 40 minutes. I will probably go and break that up into bite-sized pieces. I don't mean the 30-second or 15-second or 2 minute shorts, but go back in there and break it up by specific topic. So when we're talking about why he left Sonar, what got him back to Sonar, and all that stuff, that will be something people can go back and watch individually. When I do that, I very well may look for sponsorship. That would help defray some of the costs of what I'm doing here. Um, but I think it'd be very interesting for people that don't want to sit there and watch an hour and a half of video just to go back and say, okay, I wonder why he did this. Oh, there's a specific video right there. So that's one thing in the works. I'm also possibly going to modify my logo. Somebody mentioned the other day why I didn't have the Sonar logo embedded in my logo, and I think there's a way to do that without misleading anybody that I'm a Sonar affiliate, or I'm certainly not a dealer either. So I think I got something figured out on that. The forum is coming right along. I really want to start making a push pretty soon. If you haven't been on there lately, I highly recommend you go. Starting to really branch out on the topics we've got. Done some cleanup on the front page so you don't have tons of sub forums inside a major forum or category. You click on there, and it's a lot neater and easier to scroll and easier to navigate through. And I owe somebody some thanks for that. I forget who mentioned it, but it was kind of cluttered, and somebody brought it to my attention. And I always appreciate any participation I get, any feedback. I can't always agree or implement everything. It's just not possible. But I always like to hear a different perspective. And a lot of times I do realize that there is a big uh, a big room for improvement. There we go. I'll get it out here in a minute. I'm not even going to edit this. I got food in the air fryer, so I'm just going to spit this stuff out here, leave it unedited, and look silly today, which pretty much is in line with every time I get on here. I look kind of silly, but anyway, y'all have gotten used to it. Some of you, I think, actually like it. So anyway, I think that's pretty much got us today. I wish you'd get on there and contribute. Put pictures of your gear. If you see something you don't agree with somebody's, I like this color. Well, I don't like it. Go put that. I don't care. We're not all there to agree. We're all there to get along. But getting along doesn't mean you can't have differing viewpoints. I'm not wanting to go instigate fights on there. That's not what I'm saying. But I do want everybody to feel free to get on there, voice your opinion, put your gear on there. If you see an interesting piece of gear somewhere, post that. Um, and if something out of line happens to happen, we'll deal with that. But I don't think we're anywhere near anything like that at this point. I just encourage you to check it out, drummandstage.com/forum. And I hope to see you there. See ya.